Today I'm going to show you how you can do your own blasting. So first thing, you need to have an account and you'll go to this home page. Then you can click on open bulk messaging. So next you can create a template. So this template is the message you're going to blast out. So you got to click on create templates. So you can select your account and you can create a name. So make sure this name is no space and has to be different from the other templates that you created. And what we have here is category. So this category is important because they are all charged differently. Right now marketing is about 10 cents. Here is about 1 cent. Utility and authentication is 1 cent. The difference is that usually if your message is clearly like to blast a promotion, you should choose marketing. If you use another category, your template may not be approved. To get the highest rate of approval for your template, you should use marketing. So next we can choose the language and also the header type. So here is actually if you want to upload an image, you can just upload it here. I'm just going to do a sample image, and then here you can do a body text. So you can type your message here. So what you see me typing right now is this thing called the parameter. So here is actually you can replace it with the client name. For example, when the chatbot sends out the message, I will show you how you can upload your client's name along with their phone numbers later on. Also, your message should not be too short in order to get approved. So I'm just going to say, hi, nice to meet you. So next is this thing called a sample value. So I'm going to use client name here. So I just need to give a sample of my client's name. It doesn't have to be real, it can just be anything. Then we can have buttons. So you can add 3 buttons maximum. So I'm just going to add 2 buttons. For example, I'm going to say hi, bye. Then your message will look like this and you can submit for approval. So submission will take about 5 minutes usually, but sometimes it can take up to 1 day, so be aware of that. So it's all depending on your message and what category you chose, and also if you have an image or a video, it also takes time. So what we have is next is to upload the contacts. So this will where you upload your numbers where you want to blast to. So you can actually create on the add new. So you can create a, for example, a group. So it can be different groups like different project names, and then you can upload different contacts. So you can click on this middle button and you can click on this import. So there's 2 ways to import. One way is to just type it in, so you can just follow. Make sure to have the 65 then followed by the number. Then you can just type in 65 for example, and then you can type in the name like with a comma. Then you can do an enter and so on. But I'm going to show you how you can use Excel. So you can download on the example template. You can open it up in Excel. So what you see here is phone and name. So you can add your phone. So for example, and then name, just do this, then make sure you save, and then you head back to the website and you do an upload. So after uploaded, then you appear down here, so you can upload as many as you want. And then last is when you create the campaign. So you can head over to bulk messaging, so you can create a new campaign. So you can select the account, make sure it's the account that you just approved just now. You can actually make sure, and before you actually can send out the account, the template must be approved. So I'm just going to do this sync pending to check whether it's approved already. So it's approved, so I just take note of which account did I create that template under. Then I just do a create new campaign and then choose the account and then just do a test, the contact group that I created just now, and then the template that I chose created. So if it's not approved, this won't appear here. So then now since I chose to upload an image, I have to reselect the image that I want to blast out. Just now was just for sending to Facebook to check for approval. Then here is you can just select name, because in my Excel that I uploaded just now, there's the column called name. So very simple. Then here you can choose when you want to send it, and here is the message delay. Let's say if you have 1000 contacts, so you can actually space them out. Why will you space them out? Because if you send it all at one shot, your chance of delivering is not as could be affected by a few factors. So what you want is maybe space out by 1 minute, for example, or even can be shorter, 10 seconds. But what you want is some time for you to check whether the chatbot is actually sending out your template. So I'm just going to put no delay, and then here is where you can choose your schedule time. Maybe you're sending out 1000 and then you have a delay, so you only want to send during the daytime, for example. So the chatbot automatically send, then you'll stop after a certain time. So after 6 p.m. then you'll stop, and then the next day then it will continue again. So I just going to select and then you click schedule. So after you schedule, you can see the progress and then you send. So why will you use the delay is because you can click on this analytics here, so you can actually check again. So for example, this is a random number, then you can see there's an error. You say this is not delivered. So this error, you may see it because either your client is receiving a lot of marketing messages, so they will not receive your message at this time, and you can click on retry fail, maybe 1 day later or 2 days later. So this is why you want to do a delay first to check whether they are sending out your message. Yep, so this is all for today, and then if you got any questions, you can go to our website and contact our support.